The Uzumaki Tales, Return of the Whirlpool Chapter 14, Preliminaries, The Leaf Kunoichi Blossom, Next Match, Ino Yamanaka vs Sakura Haruno, Hayate announced. The two shocked Kunoichi proceeded to the floor. I never thought that I would have to fight you, Sakura, Ino said to her opponent. To Ino's surprise, Sakura removed her headband that she had been using to hold back her hair, and tied it properly around her forehead. Those two. This could get troublesome, Shikamaru sighed, leaning on the railing. It may not look like it, but Ino is an exceptional shinobi, Asuma thought about his student. But will she be able to go all out against Sakura? Flashback. As a female ninja, we must not only be skilled in the arts of the shinobi, but also culture and knowledge, an academy instructor lectured. If you cannot sneak into enemy territory and act as a normal woman, then being a spy will be pointless. Today's lesson will be flower arrangement, now go and pick some flowers. The little girls ran off to complete their assignment. Ino, wait up, a little Sakura said, calling out for her friend. Before reaching a small Ino, she tripped and fell to the ground. I'm bad at this stuff, how about you? Sakura asked her friend. What? Ino asked, trying to see if Sakura was serious. But you're named after a flower. Hehe, there is a trick to this. What? Really? Sakura said. Yeah. What you do is find a main flower, and then find smaller flowers that complement it, Ino explained. Look over there. Ino pointed at a few flowers. If this cosmos is the main flower, then you can use that Fujibakuma as a complement. Like the sakura flower in the spring, the cosmos flower is the most beautiful flower in the fall. And in flower language, it means harmony as it goes along great with any other autumn flower. Ino then held the flower up to her head and gave a cute smile. Look. Does this go as nice with me as it does the cosmos? Aren't I a cutie? Why, yeah, Sakura responded. What was with that pause? Ino asked. Suddenly three larger girls appeared behind Sakura. Well, if it isn't Miss Gigantic Forehead, their leader said. Trying to make yourself look better recently? Who do you think you are? Ino then proceeded to deck the girl upside the head, sending her flying back and leaving a few flowers sticking out of her mouth. I'm sorry, I must have mistaken that opening for a vase, Ino said as the rest of the girls' group gathered around their unconscious leader. It may be weak, but that flower is poisonous. You had better spit it out. With that, the three older girls were running away from Ino. Ino is so incredible. She's so smart and fashionable and cute. And her ninjutsu skills are great as well, Sakura thought. But compared to her, I'm just. Sakura looked down at the flowers she was holding and got a saddened look on her face. If Ino is a cosmos, then I'm just a Fujibakuma, Sakura said quietly, although Ino picked up on what she was saying. What are you talking about? If you ask me, you aren't even a flower, you are a bud, Ino said, only worsening Sakura's depression. End flashback. Right now, I have no intention of fighting you over Sasuke, Sakura said, facing her opponent as she recalled some of her childhood memories with Ino. What? Ino shouted out. You and Sasuke don't even go together, Sakura stated. Plus I am stronger than you. I don't even have to worry about you. Sakura, who the hell do you think you are? Ino replied. Don't get ahead of yourself, crybaby Sakura. What are they doing? Naruto asked Kakashi. Well, it looks like Sakura doesn't want Ino to not take her seriously or show her mercy, Kakashi explained. Flashback. Hey Ino, why did you give me the ribbon? Sakura asked, sitting next to her friend. Hehe, that's because it would be a waste if you ended up as a bud, Ino said. A flower is meaningless unless it blooms, right? And it could grow into an even more beautiful flower. Thank you, Ino, Sakura said to herself as the two went off to pick some more flowers. End flashback. I have always believed those words that you told me, Sakura said to her opponent and rival. I had always believed them to be true. I wanted to be like you. You were my goal. Thanks to you I am here now. That's why, Ino, I want this to be an all-out fight. Unless I really surpass you, it's meaningless. Why are they acting like that? Naruto said, hoping they would get to the fight. He doesn't even understand. He's the same way with Sasuke, Kakashi thought, looking over to Sasuke, who was also starting to get a little impatient at the talking. On the floor, Ino moved her headband from her waist to her forehead, indicating that she acknowledged Sakura as an opponent. The fight was ready to begin. Sakura ran at Ino, creating 3 clones in the process. Ino saw right through them, but Sakura had just focused all of her chakra to her feet, causing her to lunge at Ino with increased speed. Her fist made contact with Ino, sending her back. Wow! Sakura rules! Naruto shouted out. Her basic chakra control is perfect, even for a rookie, Kakashi said. In that respect, she's even better than you and Sasuke. This caught both of their attention as Kakashi tried to redirect it back to the fight. Wow, Sakura is even more beautiful now than she ever was. Lee thought to himself. Sakura and Ino both engaged one another, then backing off to throw shuriken at each other. Their shuriken hit one another, canceling the attack completely. But her opponent did great too. This could be a long match. Since when did she become so strong? Ino thought. I can do this. Sakura thought. Both of their fists collided with each other's face, sending them both to the ground. By this point in time, the battle had gone on over 10 minutes and even the proctor was starting to get impatient. There's no way you could be even with me. Ino shouted. Of course, how could I be even with someone who only worries about growing her hair? Sakura replied. Like Sakura had done back in the forest, Ino took a knife and cut her long ponytail off, much to her team's surprise. She then threw the cut hair on the ground, scattering it over. Yikes! Shikamaru said. She's snapped. I'm going to end this right now. I'm going to make "I give up" come directly from your mouth, Ino said, making her family's signature hand seal. I understand your desperation, but that is useless, seeing as all I have to do is avoid it, which will be easy, Sakura said. You then wouldn't be able to return to your body for a few minutes and Hay-8 would be forced to call the fight. Sakura prepared to run, only to get tangled in Ino's hair that lined the ground. Ninja art, mind transfer jutsu. Ino called out as her body went limp. At the same time, so did Sakura's. Wait, which one is it? Shikamaru called out, not sure if her jutsu hit. Too bad, Sakura, Ino said, from Sakura's body. Sakura, both Lee and Naruto called out. Now's your chance, finish Ino off. Idiots, it's useless now, Shikamaru explained. Ino transferred her mind into Sakura. She's now in control of Sakura. Proctor, I Sakura Haruno, would like to. Ino/Sakura said. Sakura, don't do it. Naruto shouted out. If you lose to that Sasuke fangirl, you're not a woman. Damn, he's so annoying, Ino thought. Suddenly, Ino felt something inside Sakura's head, like Sakura was fighting back for control. She clutched her head. Inside Sakura's head, the inner Sakura began beating up Ino, forcing her out of Sakura's body. Two minds? What are you? Ino said with her own voice again. Heh, don't you know women have to be tough to survive? Sakura said, finally regaining control of herself. Once you are caught by that jutsu, it's difficult to repel, Kakashi thought. But, what if Naruto's cheering awakened her inner desire to beat Ino and that's what gave her the strength? Maybe she's not so weak after all, Sasuke said to himself. With one last burst of energy, the two Kunoichi charged at each other, their punches making contact with each other's faces. The two fell to the ground unconscious. Their Jonin senseis went to the floor to collect the unconscious girls as Hay-8 announced a double knockout. Man, that was troublesome. I hope I don't have to face a girl, Shikamaru said, receiving some glares from Tenten and Kurenai. Next match, Hinata Hyuga vs Kankuro, the board announced. Heh, a little leaf brat, this will be easy, Kankuro thought to himself. Hinata recalled the encounter in the forest with the sand ninja. She began to tremble a little. Although he had not been the one she was afraid of at that time, he couldn't be much better. Neji then turned to Hinata. You should just give up, he said to her as she receded even more into herself. He had also managed to catch Naruto's attention. You are too weak to face him. I can tell just from looking at you. What the hell are you talking about, Neji? Naruto shouted at Neji, ready to knock him out. I am only speaking the truth, Neji said. Neji-Nizan? Hinata looked at her cousin. Nizan, most of the people responded, looking to Kakashi for answers. Neji and Hinata aren't necessarily siblings, more like cousins. They belong to the Hyuga clan, one of the most prestigious families in Konoha, Kakashi explained. Hinata is a member of the main family while Neji is a member of the branch family. However, things have happened over the years, distancing the branches, and Neji is only searching for some form of weakness in Hinata. Hinata, I will say it again. You are not a good shinobi. You should just forfeit. You don't want to dishonor the clan, do you? Dishonor the main branch? Neji taunted as Naruto's blood began to boil. Hinata. Don't listen to this ass. He shouted out, waking Ino and Sakura. Even now, I can feel your sense of inferiority. You cannot win and you will only dishonor yourself and the main branch, now you don't want to do that. Oh wait, you already have. You cannot change and you will continue to be weak. Neji's words had a harsh sting to them as Hinata walked down the stairs to face her opponent. I wanted to change myself. But, is it true that I cannot? She said to herself. She remembered the training sessions with her father and how he would always degrade her. Eventually, he shoved her aside for her sister, Hanabi. Hinata, Neji had one more thing to say to her before her match began. People cannot change themselves. I thought of you as a spoiled member of the main family, but the truth is that you are just an embarrassment. This really got Naruto's blood boiling as Kurama was debating whether or not to let a little of his chakra seep through the seal. He also wanted to shut this cynical man up badly. Hinata, I can see with my Byakugan that you do not want to fight. Deep down, you just want to run away and hide, Neji taunted more. Kankuro just smirked. This sibling rivalry was doing his work for him. Byakugan? Sakura asked, directing her question to Kakashi. Kakashi answered her question, it's the advanced bloodline of the Hyuga. Kind of like Sasuke's Sharingan being the advanced bloodline of the Uchiha, although it surpasses the Sharingan in terms of visual insight alone. Neji glared at her from the balcony, activating his Byakugan. He wasn't going to pass up this chance to embarrass and taunt a member of the main family. His only regret was that he wasn't the one facing her. I can see you imagining your defeat, Neji said. You cannot change that. You cannot change yourself. Hinata. You can. Naruto shouted out, having enough of Niji's bullshit. He has no right to tell you what you are and aren't. Now kick this sand guy's ass and stick it to Niji bastard's face. I believe you can do it. Naruto is cheering for me? Hinata thought to herself. He thinks I can win. UHG, he really is annoying, Niji thought. Naruto, thank you, Hinata, though, as her doubts suddenly disappeared. Kankuro noticed this as well. Heh, looks like this brat wants to play, Kankuro smirked. Byakugan. Hinata said, activating her blood limit. Thank you, Naruto. I will show you that I can change. Begin. Hayate announced. Hinata made the first move, charging at Kankuro, who was just standing there. She had her Byakugan locked onto him, but noticed that something was off. The chakra inside Kankuro was not normal. In fact, there was no chakra source inside him, only chakra lines that seemed to go to that bundle on his back. She took a gamble and decided to attack the bundle instead of Kankuro. After a few first strikes, Kankuro retreated as the bundle unfurled itself to reveal another Kankuro. Damn, he said. How did she notice that? Up in the stands, everyone looked on in shock. What just happened? Sakura asked. Niji remained silent, but Lee spoke up. One of the specialties of the Byakugan is that it allows the user to see their opponent's chakra network, Lee said as Niji let out a slight grin. She must have seen something that caused her to attack the bundle instead of Kankuro. Fine, I'll play, Kankuro said, as the first Kankuro's skin began to peel away, revealing a puppet. He felt a slight pain in his shoulder, but shrugged it off. She charged at him again, only to be intercepted by the puppet, which was slashing at her with its blades. Thankfully, she managed to dodge. This dance between her and the puppet went on for a few minutes before Hinata noticed something. It was another puppet. Kankuro thought that he had her, but she dodged just in time. How? I thought I was in her blind spot, there should have been no way she saw me. Up in the stands, Naruto smiled. Hinata was doing great and Niji had turned his back on the fight. How did she see that? Even I think that should have gotten her, Sasuke questioned. Yes, but the Byakugan gives her the ability to see in a 360-degree arc around her, Lee explained. Wow, you know a lot about the Byakugan, Lee, Naruto explained. Yes, when your rival is also from the Hyuga clan, you must know about their abilities. It's just like Gai-sensei and the Sharingan, Lee explained. Hinata was now facing two puppets and Kankuro. She had to do something quick as she was rapidly losing stamina. Focusing her Byakugan on Kankuro, she saw thin chakra threads coming out of his hands and attaching to the puppets. Deciding to go for it, she made a dash for one of the puppets, lashing out at the threads. She managed to sever 3 of the threads on one of the puppets, however, the other puppet landed a blow, creating a deep, but not life-threatening gash in her left arm and side. Hinata! Naruto shouted from the stands, becoming increasingly concerned for her. You see now, she will not win this, Niji said as the puppets landed another blow on her, sending her back into the wall and leaving a medium-sized puncture wound in her right side. Bah! Shut up, Niji. What do you know? Naruto said. More than you think, Niji said, getting Naruto's attention. Although she may be the heir of the main house, she is weak. Her father even pushed her aside to train her younger sister, who is a much better candidate to lead the clan. If she doesn't prove herself to her father by her 16th birthday, he will officially instate Hanabi as the clan heir and she will be forced into a branch family, like me. That is her destiny and she must accept it. What sort of bullshit are you talking about? What does destiny have to do with this? Naruto asked. What do you mean by main and branch families? Sakura asked. Niji remained silent, but Lee spoke up. The Hyuga clan is composed of a main family that runs the clan. Hinata is a member of the main family. Niji, on the other hand, is a member of the branch family, Lee explained as Niji remained silent. However, from what I understand, the main family has made special rules in favor of themselves and subjugating the branch families. Unfortunately, that has begun to create a rift in the family. Their attention turned back to the fight. Hinata was trying desperately to evade the attacks, although she was beginning to tire. If something didn't happen soon, this fight would be over. Hinata! Naruto shouted again. Don't let these guys put you down. You're stronger than that. Does he really believe that? She thought to herself. She then thought back to the rest of the exam as Naruto had done nothing but support her the entire way. The least she could do right now was not to let him down. She began calling on the last reserves of her energy and made a dart towards the puppets. Demonstrating chakra control that could rival Sakura, she increased her speed, flying past the puppets and towards Kankuro. Hinata landed 2 strikes on Kankuro's wrist, causing him to lose the ability to use chakra with his hands and also causing the chakra threads controlling his puppets to disappear. 2 more strikes to the body caused his sides to go numb. Hinata made one last strike, aimed for his chest. After the final burst of chakra penetrated Kankuro, she disengaged, waiting to see the result of her attack. Kankuro began coughing up blood, as her attack had managed to slightly damage the muscles around his heart. He collapsed to the ground, defeated. Winner, Hinata Hyuga. Hayate announced. Yeah. You did it, Hinata. Naruto said, jumping down to give her a big hug. Hinata began to turn red, although it was not because of Naruto. As Naruto let go of her, wondering what was wrong, she fell to her knees, panting heavily. Hinata. Kunoichi said. She checked the girl's temperatures and heart rate quickly, determining them to be elevated. Those weapons? Poison? We need a medic over here quick. I think she's been poisoned. 2 medical ninja came over and placed her on a stretcher. It looks like it's poison, one of them said, repeating exactly what Kunoichi had just said. Naruto looked down at Hinata on the stretcher. Naruto, do you think I changed? She asked weakly, letting out a non-poison-induced blush. Did I show I can be strong? Naruto smiled. Yeah, you were great, Hinata, the blonde said as the 2 medics carried her off to treat her wounds and poison. Naruto sent a glare up to Niji, basically saying, I told you she could do it. Niji just shrugged it off. Yep. Girls can definitely be troublesome, Shikamaru said, looking up at the scoreboard. Damn. Next match, Shikamaru Nara vs Kintsuchi, the board read. He can control the shadows, watch out for that, Kin's teammate Zaku said to her. The 2 competitors proceeded to the floor. Man, this is troublesome. I didn't want to have to fight a girl, Shikamaru said. Don't worry, I'll make it quick, Kin said. Begin. Hayate announced. I saw Dosu's ability, but I don't know what hers are, Shikamaru said. Oh well, Shadow Possession Jutsu. His shadow expanded out, towards Kin. She dodged his attack, flinging a few Senbon towards her. Shikamaru dodged. Clink bells attached to the Senbon made, as they caught Shikamaru's attention. Heh. I know that trick. Next you'll throw one with a bell on it and one without a bell. My attention will be drawn to the bell, and you'll get me with the other needle, Shikamaru said, analyzing her strategy. I just need to avoid those needles. Clink. What? Behind? Shikamaru said, turning around to see the same bells making the sound. String? Suddenly, Shikamaru saw Kin throwing 2 needles towards him. He couldn't dodge these, so he had to block. Kin was about ready to throw a few more needles into Shikamaru, but found herself unable to move. "What?" she said. "Heh, shadow possession jutsu is finally a success," Shikamaru said, analyzing Kin's facial expression. "You haven't noticed it yet? A string at that height doesn't make a shadow." Kin looked down to see 2 shadows coming off of her string and connecting to her shadow. "I can change the shape of my shadow. So I made it real skinny to make it look like the shadow of your string." Shikamaru then pulled a shuriken out and aimed it at Kin. Because of the jutsu, she did the same thing to him. "Are you crazy?" she called out. "If you attack, we will both get hurt." "I know," Shikamaru said. "We'll just keep throwing shuriken to see how long we last." As the shuriken got really close to the competitor's face, Shikamaru quickly bent backwards to dodge it, causing Kin to do the same. However, she slammed her head on the wall behind her, knocking her unconscious. "Heh, 1 down," Shikamaru said, returning to an upright position. "If you're a shinobi, then you have to fight with knowledge of your surroundings. The distance to the wall behind you was what got you. I used the shuriken to keep you from noticing how close you were to it." "Winner, Shikamaru," Hayate announced. "Yeah, Shikamaru," Ino cheered out. Kurenai returned to the stands. "How is she?" Naruto asked, concerned for Hinata. "She'll be fine. Thankfully the poison was a common type and they had the antidote here in the tower. They are just stitching her wounds up and she might even make it back to watch the final fights," Kurenai explained. "Alright. It's good that Hinata will be alright, and even better that she won," Kiba said quietly. "Now, that leaves me, Shino, Naruto, Niji, Lee, those 2 sand ninja, all 3 Kyumo ninja, that 1 green-haired waterfall ninja and her teammate." Naruto turned back to the arena to see the next matchup. "Yeah. About time," Naruto said. "Akamaru. We got so lucky," Kiba said. Next match, Kiba Inuzuka vs Naruto Uzumaki, Hayate announced. "See you in the next one."